exponential function of the form y equals 16 times b to the x power contains the points 0, 16 and 4, 1. And we want to find the value of b. Remember, here in this case, this is an exponential function right here, right? We know that because the x is in the exponent, right? So the base is this value of b, right? That's what we want to find. The 16 is just a coefficient, right? Essentially, by the order of operations, we evaluate the exponent first, and then we just multiply the result by 16. Okay. So how are we going to find this value of b here? Well, you notice that we see the x and the y, right? Remember, these are what exactly the points represent, right? This is an ordered pair. Two different ordered pairs, actually, right? So what we can do is we can actually plug these guys in, right? When x is 0, we know that y equals 16. Let's plug this first point in here, right? Okay, so 16 is equal to 16 times b to the 0 power. And what happens when we plug this point in, right? We get 1 is equal to 16 times b to the 4th power. Okay. Now notice in this case, well, okay, b to the 0 power is just 1. So we get 16 equals 16. I mean, obviously that has to match, right? Okay, as long as we plug in the 0, 16 into the equation, it works out. Okay, so this really doesn't give us that much information, but this one is the one we want to use, right? So we know that b to the 4th power, whatever that is, right, times 16 is equal to 1. So how are we going to solve for b in this case? Okay. Well, as an equation, the best thing to do is always isolate the variables. Let's divide both sides by 16. So we get 1 over 16 equals b to the 4th power. Okay. Okay, so you're probably looking at this and saying, okay, something, right, that's the base, something to the 4th power is equal to 1 over 16, right? So maybe you have some idea what that is, okay? But what, mathematically, in order to solve for b, we have to actually take the 4th root of both sides, okay? The 4th root of both sides. So let's go ahead and do that, right? So we can take the 4th root of this. We can take the 4th root of that. What is the 4th root of b to the 4th power? Well, that just equals b, right? That's good. That's what we want, right? We want to get what b equals. Okay. Well, what is this? What is the 4th root of 1 over 16? Okay. That's just going to equal 1/2. Okay. So we know that 2 to the 4th power is equal to 16. Okay. So 1 over 2 to the 4th power, right? That should equal 1 over 16. So there we go. We've gotten our answer, right? We've determined the value of b. So we can say that y is equal to 16 times 1/2 to the x power. Okay. And remember, the whole point of this is that these points, right? Each of these points should work when we plug them into the problem here. Okay. So what do we mean by that? If you plug into 0 for x, right? If you plug into 0 for x, we should get a y value of 16 if you work everything out, okay, which we do. Similarly, if you plug in the x value of 4 and then you work everything out, right, we should get a y value of 1, which we also do, right? So that's one way you can verify your work, okay, by plugging in the points at the very end.